Google just changed the internet forever.
If you use Google, I'm about to give you 2 new reasons to stop.
You will no longer have the experience of just typing in a query and getting a list of blue links to relevant sites.
What this means is that the Google search bar that you know is going away and will be replaced with an AI chat window.
I truly believe that they are changing or diminishing search engines so that we are forced to use AI.
Google just killed the search engine as we know it, and most people don't even know what's happening. The company that built the $1 trillion empire on blue links is now replacing them with AI answers. The internet will never be the same. If you have a website, business, or if you've ever Googled anything in your life, what I'm about to show you is going to make you change the way you use the internet forever. Check this out.
It's starting to sound like this search engine is going to get more and more replaced by like an AI engine. So the first thing we'll notice that it's turning into a longer prompt box instead of going to AI mode. So you're essentially going to be in AI mode by default. So if I do a search for something like best video games of 2026, you have your AI overview right here, but it takes up a relatively small amount of space on Google. I can click show more and sort of get directly into AI mode here. But without doing that, I have some organic rankings of people who actually wrote blog posts on the best video games of 2026 so far. These are websites that rely on people actually clicking on the link and going to their website to support their business. Now, if Google essentially scrapes the responses from all of these blog posts, puts them in an AI overview so that nobody ever ends up clicking into the blog post, that's going to mean a drastic reduction in traffic from Google to these websites.
Google search is changing. On May 19th, Google.blog posted this welcome to the agentic Gemini era. What this means is that the Google search bar that you know is going away and will be replaced with an AI chat window. What this means is that whenever you enter in a search, you will no longer get your list of blue links of websites. Instead, you will engage in a chat with an AI agent who will give you the answers that it thinks you want. Now, I'm not personally a fan of this. I'm not a fan of how AI is being forced on us in all aspects of our lives. And there are some alternatives you can use to avoid having AI in everything. Certainly your browser. Browsers like DuckDuckGo are AI free and a good alternative to this. I will be moving over. How about you? Let me know how you feel about this change down below and follow me for more tech updates.
So Google came out with a huge update and is making AI overview the default over the blue links that we've all been used to. And as you can imagine, not many people are very happy about this change. This turns Google into more of a conversational experience with AI agents going to do all the research for you. It'll remove the experience of you having to visit any sort of websites, but overall, what is the incentive for people to continue to write articles or blogs? And we also have the issue of accuracy. Will the AI overview continue to spread misinformation like it's done before? And then we also have questions like, will businesses be able to pay ads so that the Google AI will be able to recommend their products over others? Overall, many people are concerned. Are we going to see a full switch into Google AI and see the end of Google search? Let me know down below in the comments and make sure to follow Education to Success for more. I'll see you on the next one.
Today, Google is making its search engine entirely AI. You will no longer have the experience of just typing in a query and getting a list of blue links to relevant sites. Give me 60 seconds because this one is diabolical. Here is what just changed. 2 things, and both of them change how every person on the internet finds information. Number 1, the Google results page is no longer a list of websites. It is now an AI-built interface. Google said it themselves. Search will create custom dashboards, trackers, and mini apps right inside the search page. The answers will stay on Google and you don't have to click out to a website anymore. Number 2, Google just launched search agents. AI that actually monitors the internet for you 24 hours a day. You do not search anymore. The AI decides what you should see and sends it to you. The reader stops looking and the AI starts choosing. Now here is the part nobody is saying out loud. For 25 years, you have searched the same way. You typed a question and you got a list of sources. You decided which one to trust. You compared, you clicked, and you formed your own opinion. That skill is what Google trained you in. Google just deleted that ranking system. Now, one AI gives you one answer. You do not see the sources. You do not compare. You don't even need to verify. You read what is given to you. The most powerful research tools humans built in the last 25 years just became a closed loop. Here's the problem that I have is AI gets things wrong confidently, often, and you will repeat answers that may not be true. Here is what you can do right now. Stop relying on Google as your primary source of attention and information. Build something that you can control, an email list, a Substack, a podcast feed, a paid community. Move 10% of your effort there this week, then 20, then 50. This is insane. 25 years of how the internet worked just ended. The people who saw it coming is about to win. The people who keep waiting will lose.
I know I'm not the only person to experience this, but I truly believe that they are changing or diminishing search engines so that we are forced to use AI. And I had this thought like a couple of weeks ago, and my girlfriend brought it up a week ago, and she was like, yeah, I've been having a little bit of a hard time looking things up, and I feel like they're doing it on purpose. And I was like, same. So let me know if you've experienced that. The other day we were at this restaurant with some of our friends, and we were looking for like a dessert shop. We knew that there were dessert shops around us. And so I was like, well, let me just get like a comprehensive list of what all is really around us instead of us just like walking around in the heat. And I was like looking it up and looking up our exact location, putting in our zip code and everything. And it kept on giving me restaurants that were like a mile away, 2 miles away. I was like, what's going on? I ended up having to just like pull up an actual map and just like zooming in and stuff. But I was like, okay, this is very interesting. And then for Valentine's Day, I decided this year that I wanted to give my girlfriend something local, like better truffles, something like that. And so I was looking up truffles, chocolates, small business, local business, looking up our zip code. I was doing everything that I could. And the search engines, no matter if I put it in Google, Yelp, Ecosia, like no matter what search engine I put it in, it just was not giving me good results. Like it kept on giving me Chili's, and it would recommend the chocolate lava cake. Like I'm not looking for things that just have chocolate in it. I'm looking for local chocolate shops, truffle shops, fudge shops, like literally anything. And it was just, it could not find anywhere closer to me. I ended up just driving around and asking people, like, not driving around and asking people, driving around one and two asking for recommendations, and found this place that was like 2 miles up the street from us. Like I was about to drive an hour away to go get her chocolates because I truly thought maybe there is just really no shops around. And I feel like in the past, I was able to put the smallest of details into a search engine and immediately like find exactly what I was looking for. I used to be able to like put in a couple of odd words of a song and it would find the exact song that I was looking for. And now I feel like finding what I'm looking for, like I truly have to search through 10 different links or be as specific as I possibly can. And I feel like it wasn't always like that.
Google just changed the internet forever. At Google I/O, they announced the biggest upgrade to search in 25 years, and the traditional search bar is basically dying. The old internet was simple. Type keywords, get links, visit websites. The new internet is AI-generated answers, AI agents, and actions happening without leaving Google. And that breaks entire industries. Publishers, SEO agencies, affiliate websites, comparison blogs, any business built on ranking in Google and getting clicks is now under pressure because AI overviews answer questions directly instead of sending traffic away. But Google went even further. They introduced AI agents that can monitor prices, search flights, and even complete purchases automatically. The interface of the internet is changing from websites to AI assistants. And here's the important part. When information becomes automated, people value trust more. That's why creators, strong brands, communities, podcasts, YouTube, and founder-led businesses may become even more important in the AI era. The future internet is AI for utility, humans for meaning.
So Google just seemed to have decided that they don't want to be the world's most popular search engine anymore. They've now announced a groundbreaking transformation of the Google search bar that we all know and tolerate, basically turning it into another AI search function. They made a full, catchy, upbeat YouTube video trying to explain what this was and why this needed to happen, and I still didn't get it. I want to turn the Google search bar where you type something in and get ranked websites based on relevance or whatever, and they want to turn that into basically a chatbot. Google wants to force you to have a conversation with an AI chatbot in order to get any search results, essentially. Basically, these big tech firms are spending billions and billions of dollars on AI data centers and AI investments and AI tools that not only aren't seeing a return, but are things that people are actively hostile towards. which they should be. Only do they have a product that can't make money, but they've also got a product that everyone hates, which makes it even harder for it to make money, even though it already doesn't. What they're doing is forcing these AI features into things that people use every day so that people are forced to use them so that they can then go to the next board meeting and go, look, everyone's using our AI. Isn't that wonderful? Wasn't all that money we spent worthwhile? And in reality, the 1 billion monthly users using Google AI mode are probably people who clicked on it by accident. No, people are not using Google's AI summaries. They're just being forced on us so it looks like we're using them. This entire artificial intelligence industry is a scam. Google, one of the biggest companies in the world, is actively getting ready to destroy one of their most marketable pieces of branding in order to try and keep this scam going. Google is either going to promptly reverse this decision the moment the public backlash gets too severe, just like TikTok had to, or Google is going to watch helpless as huge chunks of their user base flock to other search engines. This becomes a thing. The only thing I'm going to use it for is asking it how I can change the search engine on my phone. And I don't think I'll ever talk to it again. I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that absolutely nobody wants this. Just smug, arrogant tech bros who have spent too much money on AI and now need to make it look worthwhile at the next board meeting. How are you messing it up this badly? You guys are literally Google. Just my opinion.
Okay, it's official. Google is finally implementing fully AI into the Google search bar. So now every time you use the Google search bar, you're going to be using AI instead of the normal way of doing it. And this has bugged a lot of people off and has a bunch of different opinions. Me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I don't like searching with AI all the time. I do wish we could get like an option or like an easier way to go back to the other way. But as of right now, this is what we're going to have to default for. And this also does suck for people who have like SEOs and stuff, because now everything's going to be fully tailored to AI. So the first results and the bottom ones right after that is going to be AI or either sponsored stuff. Like I said before, this is going to be something that has mixed opinions on it.
If you use Google, I'm about to give you 2 new reasons to stop. First up, Google Search is about to update their AI summaries to include expert advice from places like Reddit. I don't know about you guys, but I've been on Reddit. It's great for memes, videos, stories, drama, but God almighty, most of the expert advice should be taken with a heavy barrel of salt. Fortunately, on my website, I do have a list of search engines that both respect your privacy and don't have AI summaries if you want to avoid this. Next up, Chrome, the browser, is secretly downloading 4 gigabytes worth of AI models to your device without telling you. For context, that's somewhere between 800 and 1,000 songs, or a large personal library of ebooks, or longer than the f***ing extended edition of Return of the King. If you delete it, it just gets reinstalled. The only way to actually ensure it stays gone is to mess with the Chrome flags. And no offense, but most of you watching this probably don't even know what that is, which just illustrates how insane it is that Google does this and makes it so hard to opt out. So while you're switching search engines, you should consider switching browsers entirely. Brave is probably going to be the easiest drop-in replacement for existing Chrome users, but Firefox is also a good choice, especially if you add the uBlock Origin ad blocking extension.
If you're tired of having AI shoved down your throat, here are some settings you should consider turning off in Google. We're going to start with Gmail. However, a lot of people don't know that Google automatically opted everyone into these AI features, and you have to turn them off if you want to change them. Make sure to favorite this video so you can come back to it later. Once you click the menu button, scroll all the way down to settings. Once you're in settings, go all the way down to data privacy. Within data privacy, go to Google Workspace and features. Then you're going to have 2 options. Me personally, I have these turned off. However, a lot of people don't understand what these features do for you. Basically, Google is using built-in AI to personalize your experience and make it easier for you. Now, while some people do want these options and what I'm about to explain, a lot of people do not want this at all. So, for Gmail, this is things like Smart Compose, using AI to preview a message, give you a summary of it, but also reply to someone to speed up the response. If you're wearing something by Google, this could also mean AI health tracking. And if you have a smart home, this can include things like changing your thermostat at home. What's going to make this a little bit difficult for all of you is the fact that Google just changed the designs for all their icons in their suite. Here's the before and after for all the icons so you don't get turned around, but also make sure to go to Drive, Google Docs, and Gmail as well if you want to make sure that all those settings are off. Sometimes they're on if you are not toggling off an option that is meant to go across the entire suite.
We're entering the next chapter of Google Search, where AI features aren't just in search. Google Search is AI search through and through. That's a direct quote from the head of search at Google, Liz Reed, announcing at Google I/O something I've been predicting would happen by the end of 2026, but it looks like it's coming a lot sooner. Traditional search is breathing its last breath. All search will be AI search. Let's talk about what this means for businesses and anyone who's doing SEO. If you weren't aware, Google's big annual conference, Google I/O, just happened. This was by far their biggest Google I/O to date. I'll have lots of other videos talking about Gemini 3.5 and WebMCP and LLMs search.text, but it was also the biggest change we've ever seen to Google search, and that's what we're talking about today. Google has switched to an intelligent search bar, which allows and encourages longer searches. It also allows you to include images and files with your searches. For SEO, this means we can expect longer search queries on average. Tracking specific keywords will make less and less sense, and we'll be getting less data about the specific searches people are entering in tools like the Google Search Console. But the more important changes for SEO are those changes happening to the search results. They announced a few specific cool features we should start seeing in search results. Gemini will now start creating actual apps inside the search results in response to your query. Google can create persistent dashboards that exist after you're done with the search. And Google can spin up long-running agents, so you can ask it to check on the status of something, and every day it'll give you a notification on your phone. And all that's really cool, but the thing that actually has an impact on how we do SEO is that all these results are being orchestrated by AI. Yes, we will still have blue links to websites in the search results, but the process Google uses to select which blue links show up now has an added AI layer on top of it. Instead of the human interacting directly with the search algorithm, the human is merely passing their prompt or query off to an AI. And it's the AI interacting with the algorithm. So the human never even sees the raw website rankings. Instead, it's an AI looking through those rankings, curating them, and deciding which ones to show to the human. And so traditional rank tracking breaks down. You have to be simulating the types of prompts and queries your users are entering and tracking the responses. So instead of identifying a static list of keywords you want to rank for and then making content for each keyword, the game has shifted to tracking which websites are actually being cited and influencing the AI response, and then figuring out how you can get your brand recommended in those types of pages, either by adding a recommendation for your brand to the pages that are already being cited, or by creating similar or better content to replace those pages that are being cited. The good news is, right now, most SEO agencies are still doing things the old way, and so there's not a lot of competition. Most of our clients are seeing quick results in the first 3 months. Now, all of these updates are still rolling out in Google. I don't know when the entire search results page will be replaced by an AI response, but according to Google, we're now entering that chapter.
Google's AI shift isn't coming. It's already here. And the winners and losers are being decided right now. The people who know this early will have an enormous advantage over people scrambling and trying to catch up later. Hit subscribe, because this channel is going to keep breaking down exactly how AI is taking over and changing the rules on the internet. Happy every day.
No fit overthink, me I know.